Hello, my diamonds and my beautiful Teletubby. SheilaTruelove here with you. Yet again, I received another video. Thanks a lot, guys. But, you know, when it comes to my son, he blocked me on his social media. Well, he blocked his sister, too, on his Instagram, his Facebook, whatever. I don't know whether he unblocked her or whatever, child, is going on with my son right now. But, yeah, I have people that send me. Because, you know, when somebody block you, you can't, whatever. But anyway, they send it to me because they're on his channel. A lot of people that that know me, they said, I unsubscribed from your son's channel because the way he talks about his parents, the way he talks about you, and he has no appreciation. And then they said also, a lot of times I don't even look at your son's channel anymore because he refused to do a video. It's so simple. Just why don't you make a video with you and your mom? So that way you could clear the air and people could see and make the, you know, proper decision and conclusion. So they sent me this video today. I'm minding my business. Keep this in mind. They sent me this video. This is about healing, his healing journey. And I just want to show you how he has no kind of self-awareness or don't know how to find a mirror and put this mirror in front of you so you can see who you really are and what you really all about. Let's go.
Get better, and when you start to do better and when you start to heal, what you'll notice is that you lose a lot of so-called friends. And I say so-called friends because you'll start to realize that a lot of people were never really your friend.
What?
They just benefited from the marketplace of your grief. They benefited from the marketplace of your brokenness.
Let me break in on that one, because how dare you sit there and say you come to realize that a lot of people were never your friend. Now, I was this man's friend 42 years that he's been on this earth. And when he says so-called friends, that's him again. But will he notice that? He was supposed to be my friend when all the while, dude never even liked me. Stabbed me in my back like you ain't never seen nobody stabbed. Cut me off your social media. You see, I messed up. When he first cut me off of Facebook, I should have fell back. That was a red flag. And you come up with these stupid excuses. And then when I ask, why did you cut your sister off and all of this, he says, because I don't want nobody to, like, disagree with me. I don't want nobody saying anything against what I'm saying. What? It's all not, I'm at a loss right now because this is news to me. And then you sit here and you make a video like this and talk about so-called friends. Yeah, you're a so-called friend, buddy boy. You sit here and you smile in my face coming over on the weekends. His sister said, and this is what she said, the only reason, Mom, that he's dealing with you and he comes to see you or spend time with you is because he has nobody else. How is he going to have anybody else when you're constantly being fake and phony, and when people start to see that your mask falls all the way off, your veneers, like he says, are not even real, your personality is not even real, people start showing up late. They don't care about showing up late when they see you. People start to ghost you. Then he had people who were, you know, taking him off of their social media. They blocked him on their social media. And you would think, you would say, oh my God, because that hurt him because we had a discussion. And that used to bother him. Or people who chose that he thought was his friend, and they just stabbed him in the back. But then he'll turn around. This is what's so ironic. You'll turn around and do the same exact thing to your mother. I was really like disgusted with the way he did that Instagram thing, because I used to be on his Instagram and his TikTok. He already blocked me on Facebook, but that was okay because I had people that was like, they sent me this. Look at this. I'd be on the street and they'd be like, oh my God, I didn't know your son you was SheilaTruelove, that was your son? And then I look in the comments, yeah, wow, I wish I had a mother like you. That's the kind of things and comments that I read. And every time he gets a comment that says, and I catch it before he delete it, it says, why don't you make a video with your mom? Why don't you make a video with your mom? He will not do that. Let's continue, child. With the hypocrisy, this is what I'm saying. No self-awareness, deflection, projection, but he could never see that everything you're saying, this is what I would love for my son to see. Everything that you're saying, you're describing you. That's you. I don't know how to say this any better. I really don't. He's describing himself.
They benefited from the unhealed versions of you. And so what ends up happening is that as you get better and as your stock starts to increase in life, their friendship, their loyalty, their respect will start to decrease because, truth be told,
Don't do that, please. This is freaking me out. Don't use the word loyalty. Because you have no loyalty to Jehovah, Jesus, the Bible, your mother, the one who had your back. You left home at 33, baby. I couldn't have been that horrible. So just take that word loyalty out of your mouth. And your sister, the only thing she's loyal to money, material things, and a man. That's it. Keep this man that I'm married to, this spouse, keep him with a title, with the Jehovah's Witnesses. He has a title. They lost their loyalty to Jehovah a long time ago. Their loyalty is to the governing body. So don't sit around and talk. This is what I'm saying. He's describing himself. He has no loyalty. Let me tell you what he has to offer you. He has a lot of fake and phony to offer you. A lot of pretense. He's listening to you talk and you thinking like, wow, he's such a good listener, and he gives you some advice or he gives you some like viewpoints, and you be thinking like, wow, this is so cool. And then later on behind your back, he's making a video talking about you like a dirty dog. Behind your back. That's called underhanded. That's what you call a snake.
Never really respected you. They never really were loyal to you. They were just once again along for the ride.
Please.
They like the parts of you that continue to give out. They like the unchecked generosity. They love that. They benefited from that. But the moment that you actually put a cap on that, when
it comes to him giving me anything, my love language is reciprocity. Reciprocity is you pour into each other. You know, the way I treat you, all I'm asking you to do is to treat me the same way. Don't do to me what you don't want done to you. How hard is that? And I said quality time. I didn't say meaningless time. I said quality time and acts of service. Now, whatever you pour into me, I am so willing to pour into you and more. And more. Whatever I'm willing to do for you, be willing to do it for me. You see? And my children, they just can't see that. If I'm taking an interest in the things that you do, take an interest in the things that I'm doing. You know what they say, or he says? You require too much. Everything about you is just too much. Honey, I'm very independent. There's nothing about me that's too much. Because when he had COVID and when he was down and out, mama was mama. I was a lion over her cubs. My moon is in Leo, and it is what it is. And I do what I do. So when it comes to you doing so much for me, there was times when I was in the hospital, you know, people, they get sick and things happen. And when he comes and show up, and then he'll make a video later on about how you're not supposed to be doing all of this for your parents. I want somebody who's low maintenance, that don't need much. I don't want nobody who needs much. And then the way he talks about old people like he's never going to get older. I mean, just totally delusional. What is the problem? Here we go, child.
actually start erecting firm boundaries, when you start holding them accountable for how they show up in your world, they don't like that. And that's okay. You know, I have plenty of examples in my personal life where I have started to set firm boundaries. And I have let people know that, no, you will not show up in my life this way. And they quickly showed me their true colors.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever, child. Everything with him is a boundary. He has like a whole laundry list of boundaries. And it's boundaries. What are boundaries? The purpose of boundaries is so you can be safe, so you can protect yourself. At the same time, they have to be reasonable boundaries. You don't sit up here and tell people that they're not allowed to have their own feelings. I have to feel the way you feel. Boundary number 1. Boundary number 2. Don't you dare see things differently than I do. Boundary number 3. I'm just giving you a short version. You have got to praise me and you have got to validate me. I mean, just think of the name that he has, El Majesty. That right there, it says it all. El Majesty, bow down to me, kiss my behind, be a lap dog and a floor mat because I am Majesty. Child, wake up. Sick. Boundaries are important. At the same time, they have to be reasonable boundaries. And when you don't have reasonable boundaries, people are going to have to say, you know what, I can't do it anymore. There's no one on this planet that's stuck by him for 42 years. And after 42 years, when you see, this is where common sense comes in. Common sense comes in like this. You see, you have your mom who loves you like what? Like no other. I will love you forever with unconditional love. I don't care about what no governing body tells me to throw away my kids and some elder tell me, screw them. I'm sitting and I'm going to be connected with my son. 42 years. And when you see that you can even run away, your own mother had to fall back from you. That right there should be a wake-up call. You can't maintain relationships with anyone. The one who loves you more than anything in the world, and even she had to fall back from you. What would that tell a person who has like a healthy mind or just bare minimum common sense? What would that tell you?
They sought liberation.
Child.
They sought freedom. They made it seem as though I was the one who was changing for the worse.
You are.
And I was constantly accused of being a bad friend. I was constantly accused of becoming someone else, becoming different.
You are.
You know, I was acting different. I was acting funny.
It's okay to act different. It's called growth. But when you act different, you should act different in a positive way. This is a man who used to be walking sunshine. He walks into the room, just a room. His energy was just what? And he's 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", and he's gorgeous. Scale of 1 to 10, he's a 15. Easy. But until he started associating with his sister, walking darkness, she's gloom and doom, Miss Negativity child, who wants to run the show. I you know, in my head, I be saying, yo, you got a spouse, and you have 2 children. That's where you're supposed to run the show. How is that working for you? You're running the show, and you ran the show so poorly. You got your kids who are sitting up here almost atheists. That's what happens when she runs the show. Because all she cares about is this organization. To hell with her mother, to hell with her kids. Everything is about keeping a title for some man. He's an elder. That's nothing to brag about. That's not a flex. It's sad. Because he's one of the leaders to help tear up families. He supports people being unalive when all they needed was a blood transfusion. He supports this 2-witness rule. Yeah, you're a part of this organization and you support destroying people. And you think that's something to brag about? Being a Jehovah's Witness? You should be ashamed, actually. Because when people do their research about these Jehovah's Witnesses, they're going to see all the damage that they have caused and are continuing to cause. And you want to be a part of that, and you think that's something to be proud of. No. And ever since he started dealing with his sister, I'm noticing how he's changing, and he's losing the shine. He's losing the shine, and he's becoming more and more dark, more and more gloomy, more and more negative. Me and my son, come on. We could fix anything. You hear me? He's an excellent communicator. He's like mind-blowing, actually. And on my channel, I have so many videos where I praise my son, Mr. El Majesty. Yeah. And I bowed down, so to speak, if you will, after video after video after video that you said so many horrible things about me. And I was in shock. I'm not going to lie. Because I had no idea that's how you really felt about me, for real. But you see, when you blocked me on your Facebook, that should have been a wake-up call for me right out the gate. But you know how it is. Sometimes you just don't, accept the red flags. I don't know any friends who call themselves friends and they're not on each other's social media. Do you know of any? Because help me understand.
You acting funny.
Yeah, whatever.
You'll definitely be accused of acting funny, by the way. The moment that you decide to get your life together. The moment that you decide that you no longer want the late nights, early mornings, when you no longer want to be used, played, when you actually let people know, wait a minute, you're not going to have me pay for everything. You're going to participate. You're not going to sit up there and say things like, oh, I don't have cash. I just have a card. A lot of people try that too. That's the new wave in 2025.
My son could never accuse me, his mom, when we hang out, honey, I really be fighting. I be saying, let me pay. Let me pay. And whenever my son comes over to my home, he has Cash App. He has, what else does he have? I always send him money Cash App because, I don't have a car. And gas costs money. So every time he comes to visit me, I always hit him up with like $15, $10 to $15 in gas. Or sometimes I kept saying, let me pay for the dinner. This is on me. He doesn't want to let me pay. You know what I'm saying? So when he don't let me pay, I said, I'm not going to even argue about this. I'll let him pay. Go ahead, because he wants to pay. That's nice. But you know what I do? I Cash App him the amount of money that my meal cost. Because I don't ever want my children to feel like I'm a burden. So I always send money. I just do. And when I don't have the money to contribute, I just don't want to hang out that day. I just don't. I'll call and say, I didn't sleep last night because I put myself in a budget. And once I reach that budget, I'm not going to go past it because I'm going to be retiring soon and I have to save money. But he knows that we be going back and forth almost arguing on who's going to pay. Let me pay. I'm fighting this kid to give you money. And then when I, with the YouTube channel, I made some extra money and I wanted to buy him things to make his life easier. Like, just do things for your son because you love them and you're trying to make up for the bad behavior that you did in the past, but they don't want to let you. They don't want to give you a chance. He'll never find a friend like me, ever. I'm a needle in a haystack, one. Really, literally, 1 in a billion. There's only 8 billion people on the planet. And not too many people have consideration that if I'm going to put gas in your car, because why? That's the proper thing to do. I'm going to sit up here and I want to pay for things. Yeah, let me pay. Come on already. Nah, you don't find too many people getting ready to get into an argument with you and upset because they want to pay. Good luck finding those type of people. And just because you're my son, that don't mean I'm supposed to take advantage of you as your mother, as the parent. No. Now, if I need help, I will open my mouth, and I'm very rare it's very rare, because I don't know. I'm the parent. I'm supposed to be the one who knows how to provide. I'm supposed to be the one who comes up with the answers. I'm supposed to be the one who knows how to make it jump off or pop off, and I don't like to put myself in a position where I have to ask my children, because like I said, I am the lion, baby. I will always be the lion, and they're my cubs. And I'm very protective of my cubs, as you know, lions are. But I'm not going to sit up here and constantly let you dog the hell out of me on social media, or you sit here and you refuse to honor me, and you constantly disrespecting me. I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere.
People pretend as though they don't have cash, so that way you can dole out your cash, and they can say this on their card or on their Cash App. But here's the thing about that. You got Cash App? Run me that. Run me that. But once again, when you set those boundaries, and they can no longer play with you, and then they can no longer pimp you and use you, then they're accusing you of acting different, acting funny. And my thing is this: you have to be prepared to be alone in this world. You have to be comfortable being alone. Or else you're going to find yourself so desperate for friendships that you compromise your values, principles, and morals.
He's right. He's right.
You have to be okay with saying, I'm good. I'm good.
Yes.
You go right ahead. Because a lot of people, what they'll try to do is they'll try to capitalize on your discomfort with setting boundaries. They know that you won't stand up. They know that you won't say anything because you don't want to be that kind of friend. You don't want to be the nag. You don't want to be that kind of friend. And they rely on your passivity in order to fund their dysfunction.
He's right.
And their grandiosity.
In this area, he's totally right. You have to be prepared to be alone and fly solo. I don't like to use the word alone, because alone means you don't have no family, you don't have no friends. But when you use the terminology solo means I do have friends. At the same time, I'm going to hang on to my peace, my energy, my freedom, my joy, and making progress like crazy in my life. And I have my 3 besties that I've had since I was 16. I know how to hang on to relationships. And we meet at the WhatsApp cafe. We call it the Chat and Chew cafe on WhatsApp. We do FaceTime because they live a long distance, 3 or 4 hours away. I try to celebrate my Thanksgiving every year with my bestie, Teresa. I love her. That girl is like, what? Since we were 16. And then I have Amparo. And then I have Anna. And we are still connected. We love each other. My thing is, am I having difficulty trying to build a sisterhood in Albany, upstate New York? Because I lived in the Manhattan and the Bronx. So, I was like right there. But up here, it's a little different. At the same time, I prayed about it. So I joined some fellowship groups. And finally, I met someone who's wonderful. Her name is Michelle. And we go to the OA meeting, Overeaters Anonymous. Like when people eat, like emotional reasons. And everyone is not fat. And she picks me up every Thursday. Every Thursday. And I said, well, please, can I give you like some money to put in your, for gas? And do you have a Cash App, a Venmo, a PayPal? What do you have? So I could just transfer the money. She refused to accept it. She said, because I live in Schenectady and I have to pass this way anyway. I live across the street from a Dollar General. She said, so I'm coming this way anyway. So she picks me up every Thursday. Today is Thursday. I can't go tonight, so I already told her no need to pick me up because I have some things that I need to work on and some meetings. I have some urgent messages where I have clients. I work as an advice coach, and I didn't have no time because normally I do at 1 o'clock. But like I said, sometimes I have several clients, a lot of clients calling me, and it's overwhelming. I set them up back to back to back to back. But today I have some clients that I have to deal with, and I also have some meeting type things set up. And I have to, I can't make the meeting today, but I'll try to do it online. And then every Saturday, I'm going to a fellowship meeting at 1 o'clock. So that way I can meet people. I haven't met anyone at the 1 o'clock yet, but it's just a matter of time. Because I'm not, and I like these meetings because they have 1, experience. 2, they're not judgmental. 3, they're not condemning you. They're not on their high horse. People battling with alcohol issues, which I don't belong in AA, I belong in moderation management, but they don't have a moderation management meeting. And you don't have to worry about being judged. That's the beauty of that type of fellowship. And then they have Monday, I could go to Monday too, and I've gone sometimes, like when you just feel like, mingling with people, you want some type of social network. I go to Al-Anon and I listen to the stories because I have family members who have alcohol issues. And you know, so that's what I do. But when you're sitting around here waiting for people to be perfect, you want perfect people, give me a break already. That's not going to happen. What is this? I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. When you're waiting around for perfect people, that's not going to happen. And you say you believe in the 80-20 rule, but you really don't. You're going to find it difficult to have and maintain relationships. I'll do a part 2 on this because this is already 25 minutes. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.